punishing someone who's a little overextensive in some rounds. The two brow helps with a lot of, anti-breach, since there's a lot of cutoff angles you can get by simply opening up a wall outside of the map. And Bandit will also tie into that anti-breach. Huge opening pick for Wildcard, slowing down a majority of makers. And although they have info to work off of, Spiff just surprise attacks Kobe, who's isolated in box. That's a huge kill for Wildcard. They still have plenty of map control in this round, and Makers' bodies are beginning to dwindle.
Makers playing very individualistic right now. We've seen 3 1v1 engagements taken by Makers players. None from Spiker. I respect it, but unfortunately it misses. I'm sure he's not too worried about it though, because of course Wildcard are in a 2 versus 5, and Spiff, who got the kill on Kobe in that room, decided to stay, was left unchecked, and Spiker will confirm a flawless round for Wildcard. It was good. If Bosco dies, the site is given up very easily, but downstairs, Spiff goes for the hunt and dies to the shotgun. Woos a quick follow-up kill, and now Spiker and Spiff are first dead.
Two 50-50 gunfights not going the way of Wildcard. That will give an opening for Makers to plant this diffuser, but Bosco's there at just the right time. Good for 2.
Wow.
That's the plant shut down as well. Site control reclaimed for Wildcard, and they tie us off in a 3v3.
Incredible play from Bosco, the anchor. This is exactly what you expect from him. Packer going back downstairs, looking to hunt the Warden once again. They know how important this kill is. At the very least, he has no more C4. Now getting targeted. Giddy misses his opportunity to kill him on the cross, and now has to worry about a player close and loses the fight. Sends a bullet into Rampy's chest. That's enough time for the Mute to land the headshot. Now a 2 versus 2 as Woos destroys Kansan on the pillar and garage. They got info on Bosco as well. All Packer has to do is cover. Woos now sticking the plant about halfway through. In the fight is Bosco. SMG-12 outwins it. Looks for the second. Is traded. And Woos off the plant in the 1v2. It gives Makers their first point.
Huge playoff of Woos.
Pushes front side. About a minute remaining now. Nice angle from Giddy to watch. Cross. Spiker with the opening pick once again onto Packer. Just like round 1, the split pusher dies, and now Wildcard really just have to turn all their guns to one direction. Bino very worried about the Azami's swing here. He does have a teammate looking to enter through this door, but Bosco is keeping him at bay. The defense could very easily isolate this IT player, but Bino goes huge with 2 kills in IT. Rampy and Spiker gets their heads chopped right off. And now with 35 seconds left, in comes the rest of Makers in through rafters, completely swapping the push to where they've just got a couple bodies off this defense. This is great adaptation so far. Contesting the mirror window, now dealt with it. Kobe taking the first bit of damage so far in this execute. The time is so low. Makers have to make something happen, and you can see they're working off of not very much info. This is all coming down to face checks. Smoke to try and deny the top Aqua player. In comes the Thermite, worried about electrical as he should be, but Giddy gets the trade through his teammate's corpse, and Woos and Giddy with the final 2 kills, trading out their teammates. A lead now for Makers on the cue of the operator, like getting shocked, like they jump there and go, ah! And you can immediately turn your sights to where that came from. And Giddy with the opening pick, immediately refragged by Bosco onto Kobe, a follow-up from Spiker as well. Wildcard now hold the man advantage with about 50 seconds left, looking to take into the bomb site, but still, even with those opening picks, don't really have an opportunity.
Don't have a lot of utility to force back Makers either. Just pushing in from E-Box and Connector, these are the only 2 options that Wildcard have. And again, with no flashes or no more Grim canisters either, they just have to fight these gunfights head on.
Giddy, a kill. Bino will put his team in the man advantage, up by 1. Now stuck behind pillar, but Woos, and now Bino striking. Makers 3 rounds in a row, holding a 2-round lead and making Wild upstairs. There's a barricade right in front of him, which is hindering this flank. As soon as he tears it down, that's going to be a rather loud sound cue. And Spiff with the opening pick onto Bino. One of those anchor players that they begin to drop into Animus, trying to deal with the castle barricade, give themselves a couple more options. Makers are going to have to try to fall back to site now, or Giddy's going to have to make this flank happen. Packer with the answer onto Rampy. We're at least an even man count here. Now Woo's dead, and here it is from the hatch. Giddy good for 1. And Wildcard have to worry about a potential flank as Kobe goes 1 for 1 in the bomb site. Spiker has Case, but he's in Nano. He's got to get back in. Now inside Tank, tucked in the corner. Does MKers have any kind of information? They could get verticality here, but Packer, he doesn't know where. He can just barely see him, and he's able to get the kill! Spiker was low enough that the shotgun works out, and now with only 2 seconds remaining, Spiff has to try and go for it. He has to stick. Packer through the hatch. Does he know he's behind the box? The plant is almost down, and Packer just in time confirms his 3rd kill and a 4th point for MKers.
Incredible vert presence from both Packer and getting up above, I think it was, on that Legion Harrison. Saving the day for MKers, despite their anger.
There's a castle barricade in his way. Here's the Ash to deal with it. Here's the Blitz now coming in, and Warden doesn't even turn around. Bino has no idea what's going on. There's no trade because the Capcan can't cut through this shield. Now, the only thing Rampy doesn't have is the Case. Bosco is dead. Kobe is good for 2 kills. Finally dealt with, but now the man advantage is in the favor of MKers, and the Blitz, who had taken that site control, is dead. Sure, you have Kansan and Spiker adjacent, but all that control you just got has disappeared, evaporated with the wind. Spiker has to try and figure out a way to get into the site. It looks like he's going to try and duo here with Kansan. Packer gets picked off through the wall. MKers still have this verticality. Spiker, pretty safe spot, though, in a very off-plant position, but now his teammate, or sorry, he's dead himself. It's just Woos getting that kill. Now looking for Kansan, just behind the door. Mute now turning around. No, doesn't look. Kansan's good for 3. Giddy does have some verticality. Just daring this Ash to swing through. Misses some crucial shots and keys Kansan into his location. The Ash able to rotate all the way around. The farthest he can possibly get from Giddy. Now there's no time remaining. He's got to stick, but this Legion is so far away. Kansan's off the plant now. Giddy spots him and lands the headshot. Kansan, knowing he can't escape through the window with where the Legion was, loses the 50-50 gunfight, and MKers are up.
And second floor, and just sacrificing too many isolated people rather than pushing in as one cohesive unit.
Bino does get his team on the board. Almost a follow-up from Packer, but Smith takes his head off. Probably had some information. He is players out. They don't have Case, though. Where is Case out? Case is outside, I think, still. Bino does get a 2nd kill. Kobe's position is known thanks to Rampy's Boo Mine. Bino does finally die. And now Kobe's the last member standing. Wildcard very hungry for a 2nd round, and there's Kansan with yet another kill. Big round for Kansan. Stops the bleeding after 5. The second half of the game after the win they just had. MKers are doing their due diligence. They've got the IT breach open, and now they've got an opening kill. Bosco, the big man on this site, is dead, and so is Spiff. Wait, hold on. This guy's just in the middle. They got in. Bino's planting too. He's halfway done with it. Wildcard, allow MKers into the bomb site. Kobe gets sneaky, doing his best Splinter Cell impression. Spiker with the first kill for his team, but the plant is down. Thanks to Bino. Another kill comes thanks to Giddy. It's Spiker in a 1 versus 4 as Kobe finds his 3rd on the round, and MKers with some new life of their own on this second half. Kobe with 4 kills, and MKers now on 6 points. First to try and keep this Ying at bay. That's something we haven't highlighted either from MKers. This is a new operator. Yes, the Warden is on the board, and Spiker has the first kill. A follow-up from Kansan. Like we said, this needs to be dominant from Wildcard. They've got to instill some confidence back into the team, and it's a 4 versus 2, all down to Bino and Giddy. Close on the wall, Spiff whips the shotgun, but Kansan has an instant trade. Another 3 kills for Kansan. It's all down to Giddy. 42 seconds left. See if he can at least make it close. Rampy gets scalped by the LMG. He's still got a bit of time to play with. He's got 2 Candelas as well, but does he know Bosco very close here? Trying to isolate, but no info. The shotgun puts him out of his misery, and Wildcard stay alive after the timeout.
Just about 50 seconds left, and they do still have a little bit of utility. Wildcard, a couple of Grim canisters and some flashes, and they also find the entry onto Giddy. But again, it's just a connector and E-Box presence with one person maybe holding a cutoff by IT or trying to lurk at the last minute. If this is Zombie wins that 1-for-1 against the Ash, it's only the same presence that they had last time MKers defended this bomb site.
This fight right here on the doorway between Packer and Bosco could also be huge. Packer, sorry, and Rampy Packer does win the engagement. Bino finds an equalizer on the Spiff, so we're knotted at 3. The shotgun's still out for Packer. Down Spiker from far, almost kills Kansan, but the Thatcher is just a tank. He's able to res Spiker, but they've got low time. 12 seconds now. Bosco trying to make his way into command, but he gets caught by Bino behind the bomb chassis. Woos takes Kansan's head off. Spiker's 1 HP against 2. He knows he can't plant. He's got to try and go for the fights, and Bino puts him down. Makers 7-3 on map 1, starting the series off right against their T1 opponents.
Having that trade potential saved the day, stopping the IT push, and once again, only leaving that electrical presence. Sure, Bosco was able to...
Let's see. No Grim from Makers in the first quarter. 2 Grims from Wildcard in the second quarter. And then, yeah, no Grim play at all.
It's a series point
BP's
on the
listening
line.
to you right now. That's the BP plan. Oh! Okay. Spiff, or sorry, Kansan just, I guess, forgot.
They're down below or in Keisha.
And Rampy's stepping into Guma, and he's going to have to back way off to take that out. Spiker has climbed up the black stairs, but gets finished off by Kobe. Now Rampy's feet getting lit up, finally finished off by Packer. It is a flawless beginning for Makers, just as Wildcard had done to them on map 1. Image back to Bosco, but is definitely worse for wear. 4 HP, but Packer is still with the opening pick. He does get instantly traded. Kobe decides he's going to sprint right back, putting their whole emphasis on the VIP and Dragon side of the map. They're going to almost ignore Terrace, it seems like, with the exception of one guy split pushing. Woos ends up taking the aggressive fight and dying. Kansan kills Giddy through his teammate, which means it's a 1 versus 3 for Bino on the Mira C4. Ready to come out. A couple shots get sent through the wall. That's going to trigger that C4, but Spiker swings in at the perfect time to catch Bino. Wildcard now to even the score
Before they hit the bomb site, that way no one can shut them down with vertical.
In comes Rampy. It's Bino caught on black stairs by Spiff. Attempted trade here from Kobe. C4 comes out, and it's going to land perfectly.
Hoping that someone here just overexposes themselves on Wildcard. They can maybe try to push in from bottom black stairs and walk into sight through that direction, but it looks like Makers is prepared for that, and they could easily retake in a 3 versus 2, but Kobe swings at just the right time. That's case control now forfeit. Just 3 seconds left to go. You've got to cross this hallway of death, and Spiker will learn the meaning of that quite literally as he is just ripped to shreds by Giddy's pump. Maker's a dominant bounce
Up from Packer. It's
Wow,
even
okay.
worse for Wildcard. He's just up house stairs looking for another one in Dragon. Potentially Makers could pinch this guy out, but instead it's Packer to just die. Kobe now the next to ascend the house stairs, looking for this Dragon player, but Kansan is tucked left. And Kobe's not expecting it. He's not looking the right way. Makers have gifted Wildcard the equalizer, getting way too aggressive here in VIP. Woo's stuck now kind of in this sword hallway. Not a whole lot he can do unless the rest of his team start to assist. We need to see some action from Giddy and Bino, but Kansan picks off Giddy for his 3rd kill of the round. Makers, I think, after getting that control from Packer, got a little bit ahead of themselves and didn't do their due diligence. Wildcard had been let back into the round, and some crucial missed shots from Bino. From behind the bomb chassis, Fenrir finally gets taken out. We're back to 2 apiece. Bino, what a tap! Rampy doesn't even know what hit him. And Kansan now has to ace if he wants to win this round. Plant is going down safe behind the desk. All Woos has to do is watch the cross, and Makers still recover the round.
Another bomb site recovery by Bino. Here it is.
Oh, here we go. Woo's getting ready to go in. Utility comes out. Kobe up the hatch and immediately gets destroyed by Rampy, but there's 3 kills to respond from Makers. And this round, is it already over? Just a minute in, Bosco less than half HP. Spiff way off from the bomb site. Utility coming in from desperation from this smoke, but he gets cut down from outside Geisha. It's just on Spiff. He downs Packer on wave stairs, but it's not nearly going to be enough. Woo's still on this blitz gathering info, calling out that this warden is just on this drum door. Bino could be safe to start making his way in, and he's able to cross into karaoke because Spiff isn't watching this actively. The plant now being completed. Packer still on the stairs, able to call out info as well. Now post-plant, Woo's getting aggressive, just trying to waste Spiff's time. Look at the way he's playing around this door. He knows he doesn't actually have to take this fight. The feed getting lit up. Finally, the Blitz is dealt with. But even if you kill Blitz, even if you kill Bino, Giddy is outside. A karaoke retake where the member of the attack outside is one of, if not the hardest retakes in the game, but it doesn't even come to that. Bino puts Spiff out of his misery, and it is a 4-1 advantage for Makers.
Have yet to enter the building. It's been a minute 20, Harrison.
They're
still dealing with Rampy.
Oh, never mind. They're in. They're in the sword window. Two of them. Giddy gets goo mined. Now hammering away at the Kiva barrier. That's going to prompt this player to get aggressive. Spiff. Kill onto Bino. Rampy with both the kills in sword. And, yeah. Makers. That was a play, I guess. Definitely one of the plays of all time.
You go from the most coordinated geisha clear you've ever seen with a Blitz and Amaru to getting blown up through the office entryway. Oh, wow, that is tragic. Might be a flawless round win for Wildcard if Woos doesn't find at least one exit kill. Or if he allows someone to just kill him immediately. Yeah, there it is. Running up house stairs in an attempt to find something for his troubles. He ends up receiving nothing but death. We have had no mute by Makers. Wildcard have been playing Flores since map number 1. And with him now reintroduced, this could make clearing out Drum and Dragon 10 times easier.
Wow.
But Woos with the smart glasses pops him up at just the right time. Packer's good for one as well. Perfect trade by Drum Door. And that's the round completely flatlining for Wildcard. That leaves only Spiker alive. Spots the gun barrel of Kobe just around the corner, but can he tussle against the 416 at such close quarters? Capcan traps destroyed, but a headshot lands. True. Makers, although their utility was taken care of, the cleared, but that was also off the back that there was no utility to help assist these Kibas and Dragon. But now with Jaeger on the board, that is possible. And of course, Packer dies. But again, all of his utility already on the ground, not a big deal. Final Logi Bomb going out. It's a 4-man push into Dragon, but there's the trades we were talking about. The lackluster assist from last time is not here. Back in round number 8, but Wildcard still in the lead by 1. Both Thermite and Dokkaebi very isolated, though. There's one in Dragon, the other one House. They could try to play off of each other with these flashes, but C4 rips out. The House player dodges, Spiker rushes in, and Bosco right in front of him, leading the charge. That's a second time now Wildcard have found success clearing out this attack. A black doorway this time, but still, at least they're all playing off of each other as a team to try to deal with this roam. But look at the castle! Giddy's in the middle of the open. He gets finished off by Cans, and that's the official entry. But still, plenty of damage done. At least Rampy is left down, so he could maybe be revived. This could be the perfect moment for Kobe to sweep in. Nitro Cell tossed out. Is it going to connect? No, it doesn't.
Wow.
The drone pushing him off and the C4 narrowly missing, but he still kills Spiff hopping in the sword window and just backs away. A really awkward tussle in the first minute 30, but at least something is found for Makers.
Bosco, though, just swings right into Karaoke, dusts Woos, but there's another trade from Packer. Still inside Drum. Frost is something the attack is going to have to deal with. Looks like Rampy's the next to take the fight, but Packer wins that as well. And he gets traded out by Kobe on Bosco, who is looking to pinch. Kansan now will have to three. Black Eye from the Valkyrie spots him out. And Kobe tucked behind Sushi. They know he's there. The nade is going to force him out of position, force him to take the fight, is dealt with. 3 kills for Kansan. And he'll need actually 4. But Bino, what a perfect rotation. The Legion is now upstairs. Another camera able to spot Kansan, and he's forced into the plant. Bino, all he has to do is act off of the pings, but he can't see him. He can't get the kill finally at the last second. Gets him through the floor. Disaster, almost striking for Makers, but ever consistent. Bino, this hard support, puts Makers on map and match point.
Series point in contention.
So Kobe still contesting this mirror window. He just runs in. He does not care. And the Womai falls off. Spiff re-engages, though, to kill Kobe. Packer with his second kill of the round on
that to clear out Terrace. The Capitals here with that pocket EMP. They're just waiting on the Ace Selma.
Oh, C4 shot out midair. And what a play from Packer! Spiff's head gets taken right off Kansan with one refrag. Packer looking to kill him for a fourth, and he's successful! Spiker is all that stands between Wildcard and defeat. Packer is hungry for this ace. There's so little time remaining. 5 seconds, Spiker now behind the table. Packer just around the corner, and he gets both! Spiker, 1 versus 3, and Wildcard stay alive!
Holding on. Oh, look at this.
No help picture, but Packer is just running his way in. ADSing, can't get the kill. Bosco finishes him off. Kobe, the next to follow. It's a
Capital Bolt being deployed across the map. Seems like Bino is trying to fish for kills against his vertical pressure. Wildcard have established all the way back from the prep phase, which netted them a few kills. You saw that delivery push being attempted, but instantly failed against MKers. Now that leaves just Bino alive, and it's flawlessly closed out for Wildcard. Perfect defensive hold on a barbecue.
Reaching around at the ready. This could be a quick push right into this guy, ready to shoot him in the back. He's got the pings, but he sprints right into Rampy. Gunned down on a play like that. Gotta think it's a little bit questionable. Giddy at the very least. Some more drone work being done by Bino. He's got a little bit more info now. He sees the Azami in the Geisha connector. Giddy does equalize things at 3 apiece thanks to the kill on Kansan. That's the Geisha player now dead. That allows Bino slowly crouch walk his way up. He's got to be wary of that Azami that could be behind him. Almost catches Bosco off guard, but the shotgun puts him down. Bino low HP enough for that to just one pump him, and Woo's dead off screen. It's all up to Giddy. 1 versus 3, 10 seconds left. Not gonna happen. Wildcard down 2-4, then 2-5.
Has been used pretty efficiently to make sure everyone is on their A game. Logi Bomb called out as well. They are going to hunt down this Lamai, and Kobe lands a nasty pixel. A second follow-up is attempted by Packer, but it falls short to the hands of Spiff. He will still hold on, but only for a few more seconds by drop.
Incredibly low, down to just 8 HP on this Fenrir, and Kansan in an incredibly dangerous position. Like you said, the timing not working for either player, but finally stuck in a corner. It's easy picker. He's gonna have to play incredibly safe. 1 bullet from any of these guns is enough to put him down, but now his teammate is dead. Kobe's been finished off. We're gonna need to see another miraculous clutch from Spiker, but he can't rotate into office, John. There's a castle barricade. He's stuck in sword. There's nothing he can do, back trapped against a wall, and they know it. Candela comes out, Spiker completely blind, no push, just to facilitate a plant. Nothing Spiker can do about it. The angles are being held. Another Candela comes out, and finally, Woos will stop toying with his food and put Spiker down. It's a 1-round advantage.
Nades and Ash charges tossed away to maybe break down this deployable shield, and eventually it works out, but it's burned so much time and utility, and they don't drone Packer! He's back on the board.
Being held on to, MKers not giving this up whatsoever. 2 players committed to this position, committed to stopping Wildcard right in their tracks, and there's 2 kills, there's 3 kills! Kansan, the last member standing after MKers light up the scoreboard. The GG comes out from Giddy. 20 seconds remaining, 4 seconds per player for Kansan to find. Kobe throws himself at the problem, but it just delays even more time. The Capcan trap to add insult to injury. Kansan knows this game is over. Kobe, the 2-time. Packer, the 3-time. MKers are your E3 champs.
Not a response to be found from Wildcard on their selection of Skyscraper. The upset we had in the back of our mind.